All right, what's going on?
We want to know what's going on with you and in the show.
I'm at Comic-Con. I'm at Comic-Con every year.
I know, but on the show.
Which show?
Yeah, that's true. Supernatural.
Supernatural. I love Supernatural. It's a great show.
How much can we expect to see of you next season?
I don't know. Did you hear anything? Am I back?
We haven't gotten the producers yet.
Am I back? Oh, you don't know?
Of course, they can't do the show without you. We all know that.
They did it for years before. Did it without me for a while. You never know. But I don't know. If I come back, it'll be a lot of fun, I guess. I'm excited to see where the show's actually going. You know, as a fan, to watch Season 5 was fascinating, to have that much of a build-up to what everybody thought was a conclusion, and then the way they wrote out of that was just, I think, absolutely brilliant. And that same, you know, that defining moment at the beginning of 6 where you're like, hold on a second, nobody's addressed what's actually going on. and then, you know, the opening up at the beginning of Season 6, which I thought was just fabulous, a sort of a reboot of, you know, how do you come out of the nuclear explosion, if you will. And I've been fascinated to see what they've been doing since. I think Season 6 is very strong. Some fabulous episodes, some great standalones. French Mistake was just something so special, you know? And, you know, and killing me off, which was fun. I knew it was coming. They were like, don't panic, you'll be back. I'm like, okay. And we managed to hide me returning, which was so much fun to do. So I've ended up, you know, having to lie to fans for the last... In every show I'm on, I have to lie to fans. What's the spoiler? So, I mean, if I come back on Supernatural, I'm very excited.
Have you been watching the show since day one?
I watched the first 2 seasons quite religiously. I was friends with Kim Manners, and I was interested in the show, and I remember when he came to it. I watched the show and saw the differences and the changes that came in, which were fabulous. And he said, "You'll love it. You'd love it. You got to come do it. You got to come do it." I did Mantis with him. I did, you know, he was around X-Files. And when he passed, I'd still not done the show, which was like an odd thing. So when it came up, it immediately had a very strong effect on me. And me being a fan, you can answer that if you want. It coming out, you know, and it being Ben creating a character that's that weird and that odd. Crowley's just wonderful to play. You know, kissing a man at the crossroads in my opening scene, which is just fabulous. You know, they couldn't find a day player that would kiss a man in Canton. I can't tell if it was just me or whatever, but it was kind of extraordinary and quite an interesting moment if you think about it, especially with Supernatural.
You have a history of playing some rascals and scallywags. So,
oh God, you've gone all bizarrely Anglophile on me.
I have. So
rapscallions.
So it gets better. So I want you.
Cheeky monkey.
Well, we can go into. So this is what I want. I want to know good tips on being a rascal, a scallywag, or perhaps
drink
a
lots of
cheeky
coffee.
monkey.
I've never been a rascal or a scallywag. I don't think you can. I love the difference and the void, the gap between what you think my character is and what I think my character is, and that's what makes it fun for me.
All right, well, explain that gap.
Well,
Tell me
because
about
if
that.
you think about it, you can't play a bad guy. You can only play a person who can happen to have a morally opposed position, or I'm serious. I mean, dead serious. You can't play somebody as bad. Then you're sort of imbuing a guy with a negative aspect that you. I mean, Crowley
you
wants
define him as bad, you mean?
So Crowley wants stuff. It's how does Crowley get what Crowley wants? That's the question. And in all the other characters, it's the same thing. It's like, you know, Canton Everett Delaware in Doctor Who. He's not a bad guy. It was, oh no, he's a good guy. And you go, he's a man that wants what he wants. What makes Canton interesting is that he's the second smartest man in the room. Mm-hmm. Because as a fan once said, it was brilliant. A young fan came up to me and said, I think Canton Everett Delaware is the second smartest man in the room because he realizes the Doctor is the smartest man in the room. And that's what it's about. It's the writing, it's the storytelling. Great writing, great storytelling, create great characters that become somewhat fully realized. We're interested to see where they go because we have some investment into who they are. And you know, it's great. One person's meat's another man's poison, right? So you're talking somebody you think's a rascal or a scallywag, other people thinks, the last sane man in the universe.
Right, right.
Which is great. I've always said there's two types of characters to play in the world. The one that's always been fun is the guy that sells them out before they've left the planet.
Yeah.
Dr. Zachary Smith, Lost in Space. And the other one, which is my favorite, which is Eddie Albert in Green Acres, which is the last sane man in the universe. The only person that's going, does nobody get this?
Yeah.
And I think Crowley has a bit of that Eddie Albertness to it. I think he likes the boys. I'm not sure, but I think he does. It'd be nice to see if he comes back.
Well, if he does come back, do you see him siding with the boys, or
Well, what's your favorite aspects of his interactions with the boys?
everything?
Well, what do you like best? What is the bits that you guys most respond to? Think about it. It's like when he kind of helps and kind of assists, but you absolutely know that it's only because he gets what he wants. So that's kind of it's truly a self-driven individual. Whatever he is, do you even know if he's a crossroads demon? How are you sure? Well, have you seen his eyes flash red?
I'm blanking here.
I've been in the show. I've never had my eyes flash red. I've seen every frame of everything. It's fascinating to me. So, Crowley could do anything. It could be fun. So I think actually what I'm angling for, instead of coming back in season 7, the Crowley sitcom. Oh, Crowley.
Sounds like a meta episode.
I think it could be. We'll see if Ben will do that one. Huh?
Yeah.
I was so pissed at not being a French mistake.
Is there a folklore or genre or anything within the show you would like to play with, like any myth that hasn't been attacked yet that you think you could do justice to, that you'd like to play with?
Well, honestly, with the greatest respect in the world, I'm just going to have to wait and see. Because we're all fans. Don't forget, it's not that I'm trying to be deliberately sort of obtuse. It's like the shows are best unspoiled. You can tease, but unspoiled is essential. And when you're talking about a show that goes into, as a fan, you're going to a show that goes into 5, 6, 7 years. Man, it's got to be good. Fans will kill it if you don't come up with something great. And it's testament to Sarah and of course Eric and Ben and Bob and everybody else and Phil that they have strived to make the best possible supernatural that they can make. Yeah. And I think it doesn't matter who gets pissed off at what's going on or what they think is going on or whatever. It's always played out really, really well. End of season 5 played out completely unexpectedly for me. The introduction of death, I think, was one of my favourite beats in the whole season. To Julian Richings, hey, don't you yawn at me. Julian Richings was just like this amazing asset to play death in that way. And, Mark Pellegrino as Lucifer is fabulous. So you're just going to have to wait and see. They haven't let us down this far. That's, of course, if I have a job. If not, I'll still be at Comic-Con next year, knocking on the door. Let me in. Right?